They tried suing me for something they did. It ended up costing them everything. Throwaway because this is still tied up in court, and I'm trying not to make my lawyer's job any harder. I 31 used to think lawsuits only happened to rich people or giant companies. Apparently all it takes is one person refusing to admit they screwed up. About a year ago, I hired a local contractor to renovate my house. Nothing huge, just a new kitchen, updated flooring, and fixing some water damage. The owner seemed trustworthy. Hundreds of good reviews, professional website, nice office. Everything checked out. The project started fine. Then things got weird. Workers stopped showing up for days at a time. Materials I paid for kept getting delayed. Every time I asked for an update, I'd get a different excuse. 3 months later, my house looked worse than when they started. One afternoon, I came home early and found a pipe had burst inside the wall. Water had flooded half the first floor. The contractor insisted it wasn't their fault. I hired an independent inspector. His report was brutal. According to him, the pipe had been installed incorrectly during the renovation and never should have passed inspection. I thought that would be the end of it. I was wrong. A week after I demanded they pay for the damage, I got served with legal papers. They were suing me. Their claim? That I'd interfered with the renovation, damaged the property myself, and then refused to pay the remaining balance on the contract. I honestly laughed when I first read it. Then my lawyer explained they were completely serious. For months, they blasted me online, telling people I was a nightmare client trying to scam a small business. Friends started asking awkward questions. A couple of neighbors even stopped talking to me because they'd only heard the contractor's side of the story. The worst part was how convincing they sounded. I started wondering if I'd actually lose. Then discovery started. Turns out someone at the contractor's office had made one tiny mistake. They forgot to delete their internal project log before sending over documents. Buried in hundreds of pages was a message from the site supervisor that read, "Don't tell the homeowner we installed the wrong fitting. We'll replace it if it holds until final payment." It didn't hold. My lawyer just looked at me and smiled. That wasn't even the worst part for them. Another document showed they had skipped multiple required inspections to save time and had billed me for materials that were never delivered. Suddenly, the lawsuit wasn't about me anymore. It became about everything they'd been hiding. By the time we got to mediation, they weren't asking me for money. They were asking me not to report what we'd found. I refused. A few weeks later, several other homeowners reached out after hearing about the case. Apparently, they'd experienced similar accidents. What started as one lawsuit turned into multiple investigations. The company shut down not long after. Last month, I drove past their old office. The sign was gone. The building was empty. I just sat in my car for a minute thinking about how close I came to believing I was the one in the wrong. Now, a few relatives are telling me I should have settled quietly because people make mistakes and you ruined a family's business. Maybe I did. Or maybe they ruined it the moment they decided lying was easier than taking responsibility. So, if someone drags you into court over something they know they caused, are you obligated to show mercy once the truth finally comes out?